Well, hello friends and YouTubers alike. Comic-Con was just amazing. Oh, so good, man. California and such. I don't want to get into too many specifics because we did film a lot of footage while we were there, but I will say this. You definitely want to go to Comic-Con. Buy your tickets as soon as they get available. Thanks to all you guys who stopped by to the Flight Anthology book that we were staying at. It was cool meeting you. We hang out with people on this trip who are just too kind to us. Too kind. So to return the favor, here's a list of some links that you can check out. They'll also be in the underbar. Disneyland was awesome too! And quickly, here's a bunch of stuff I brought home from the trips. And many, many more. Next, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. As you know by now, I rarely cuss on this show, but I feel that to add some emphasis to my point, I must. This movie is so fucking good. For almost too many reasons to explain. So let's quickly list off some of them. It's Scott Pilgrim. The action is awesome. The writing's hilarious. The graphic elements are amazingly well integrated. The casting is excellent. The soundtrack is solid. It's got video game references, manga influence. It's about Toronto. It's shot in Toronto, and it's about Toronto still. It's directed by Edgar Wright, so no hesitation, go see it now. Also, the video game is available on the PlayStation Network, so be sure to check that out too. Anyway, down to business. Since a new season of Talking to the Camera is usually started by living in a new location, and as you can see, we're still here, I'm just gonna stretch out the season a little further until we're out of here. So let's do some last-minute content. Reminders of all the stuff I haven't got to yet that you should probably keep bothering me about if you wish to see it someday. The amateur voice acting workshop from Anime North will be uploaded eventually, in its entirety. The secret project I talked about last summer, it's still gotta be edited. But here's a link to the teaser. Speaking of secrets, our good friend Secret itself didn't actually make an appearance at the Comic-Con, though something else actually more interesting did. Street Fighter X Tekken. Capcom's making one, Namco's making another. Cues that haven't been answered yet.
Hey, could you possibly do a video on setting up a good mic and recording system? Hamster face.
What camera do you use? Or did you use for a Mary May, Betty? And how much did it cost?
Expect an episode on that in Season 3 of Talking to the Camera.
Manga's success is steadily growing in Europe, America, Canada and Mexico. It has even been quoted as the savior of the book-selling industry. I mean, just look at the shelf space it has in chapters now. But will the success continue? And if it does, what does that mean for the comic book industry? Do you think manga will get picked up here and become a real industry, with English artists and writers making manga at a large scale?
Season 3.
More podcasts, please.
Stay tuned. I want to make the blog for the podcast a lot more pretty.
More Twilight readings, please.
Why don't you have more subscribers/viewers?
This is actually something I've wanted to go into a little depth on because I actually do know the answer. So stay tuned for the proper season finale for that. Hopefully at the end of August. Upcoming events. The Toronto Fan Expo convention will be taking place at the end of August from the 27th to the 29th. As well, on Friday the 27th, Adam West will be appearing at the Underground Cinemas for a screening of the old Batman movie. And finally, as mentioned previously, Flight Volume 7 is now available where fine books are sold. For those of you interested, here's an excerpt from the story that myself and Katie Shy did. Once upon... You'll have to get it to find out what happens next. Well, that's about all for this episode of Talking to the Camera. Be sure to stick around for more things.